Welcome to Titan HST's Business Continuity Today, hosted by Todd DeVoe, where planning meets reality.
Good morning, good afternoon, depending on where you are in this fine world. And I'm kind of geeking out a little bit about this topic that we're going to get into. My name is Todd DeVille. I'm Director of Emergency Management at Titan HST, and I also teach at the post-secondary level. And learning things and sharing what I learned is really a passion for me. And today, we're going to get into, IA, augmented reality, and the IoT. Let's talk about augmented reality here for a minute and IoT and how it's really impacting or has the ability to, or the possibility, I guess, to impact disaster management. And there's been some really great developments, right, in innovation in this field. I had the opportunity to witness, it's called a digital sandbox, and they basically took a flat table, and a projector, and were able to project the topographic map basically on the sandbox or on the table, and overlaid on top of that was a image of what the area that we're working on was. And in there you would see on top of that they would put an overlay, right? All these overlays, kind of like a if you think about oh my gosh, I lost my mind. Adobe, products where you could do overlays, right? Just like that. And on top of that, they overlaid where the fire was, right? And then on top of that, there was another overlay on where the assets were laid out. So in the Emergency Operations Center, you were able to see on this 3D digital image on the table everything that was going on. And all that was augmented reality, right? None of it actually tangibly existed. So how is that impacting decision making, or the tools that it helps you impact decision making? That's just one example of what augmented reality can do in the EOC. Firefighters in Los Angeles or California, I'm not sure if it was Los Angeles City or County, I forget the article now, we're testing out augmented reality goggles when they go into fires. That is, they're able to see past the walls, what's on the other side of it, looking at where the fire seat is, stuff like that. It's really kind of interesting. Those type of events are happening as well. You're seeing drones that have the ability to push information back into your command post, your EOC, with the video that they're taking, putting on that table, like I was talking about, that sandbox, with the augmented reality of seeing real-time data on the issues that you're facing in the world. So augmented reality is one of the largest technologies that provide the unique experience of real-world settings, right? And so when we look at this, right, this augmented reality that is taking real world data, putting it into a device. I was looking for my phone, and on my phone, with Titan HST, I actually have the ability to do augmented reality on here as well. And the other thing I think is interesting too is that we have a mapping capability with location, that as you look through your phone, you're looking at your device, and you can find somebody 360 on the map when people are signing in, safe or not safe during a crisis, right? It's devices like that that really help you keep track of where your people are, right? Whether it's if you look at the law enforcement and fire and EMS, when you have people downrange, where they're at, or if you have a company that you're emergency manager for or business continuity manager for, having people being able to check in and really quickly with the augmented reality world, with the ability to take a look at this and see where they are on a map that is a 3D and tangible. Bringing these devices into the Emergency Operations Center help you make real world decisions in real world time, right? You're not going, oh, well, last time I knew Bob was at walk and don't walk, but maybe he moved positions. With the augmented reality and being able to see where Bob is sitting, maybe you see that he moved down to the to the corner of this and that, right? So I think it's critical to bring these type of devices, this type of technology into your Emergency Operations Center. Now, it's a double-edged sword for sure. What I mean by that is that if you just bring the devices, you bring this technology into your EOC, then and not use it, not ever take it out of the box, if you will. Maybe you kick the cans a couple times and just to see how, or kick the tires, I should say, a couple times to see just how it worked, but you never really use it. On game day, you're not going to want to use it because you're not going to be comfortable with it. So that means that you should be using these devices and this technology on a regular training times, right? Now, let's talk about that for a second. A friend of mine has an organization called Disaster Tech, and with them, they have some real world training that has also augmented reality, um, I internet, augmented reality, and AI artificial intelligence associated with it for training, along with this environment and the Internet of Things together to help you with your decision making process. Right. So using tools like that to bring it into your emergency operations center, to bring it into your decision making process, is going to be critical for you in the long run. You need to embrace this technology. Excuse me. You need to embrace this technology because it's critical. Sorry, I have a small cold. It's critical for us to be able to make these decisions in high intense stress times, right, with all the information we could possibly get. Back in the day, you're lucky to have 25 to 30% of information coming into your EOC. Now today, we're ecstatic when we have 50 to 60% of information coming into your EOC. But embracing augmented reality, artificial intelligence for decision making, and the Internet of Things to connect everything together, right? You're able to make decisions closer to 80 to 90% of the information that you can get out there. So the technology in some cases isn't very is kind of expensive, right? Drones. You're not going to buy a drone, the drone that we're talking about. You're going to have to work with your state partners, or with the federal government and that aspect of it when when you're flying these large scale drones out into the wilderness to take a look at wildland fires. But the capabilities are there. California, I know, has been using them. Colorado's been using them on wildland fires. So it's not outside of the norm. You just have to get an MOU with them with the information coming in, and it's a pretty seamless process. The other technology that you're going to purchase can be really inexpensive. It's not no more than a laptop would cost you. And so getting that process together is what you need to do to bring that into your EOC. I'm going to tell you, if you're not leaning that way, you're really behind the curve, and you're doing your community and your organization a disservice by not having that information coming into your EOC or to your command post. So what are our next steps? That is the biggest question that's out there. I have been seeing so much technology increasing in the last year and a half, when it comes to augmented reality and to the Internet of Things, that it's changing daily. Well, here in California, my friend and I, we were standing outside of his office, and we see these self-driving vehicles driving around, and they have these devices on top of them, which is creating that for them an augmented reality map, right, of where they need to go and how they need to do things. Are there problems with it? Absolutely. The other day in San Francisco, there was a fire truck trying to get through, and the vehicle did not know how to react to the fire truck. It just stopped in the middle of the street. There was also a trash truck there, so it created a blockage for the fire truck. They were able to get around some things, but things like that are still happening. So yes, do we have a way to go? We do. I don't think it's a long way to go though, right? I think we are in the sweet spot right now when it comes to technology, bringing them into the emergency operations center. Of course, right? On the flip side of that, we also have to be able to go back to pen and paper, and phones, maybe even a ham radio, to get information, because with all the technology, there's always a fail point at some point, I guess, and so we want to prepare for that as well. And this is why that you have business continuity experts on your team as well, so we know that when the other systems do fail, we can go back to pen and paper, maybe a ham radio, to get the information that we need to get. But again, embrace augmented reality, embrace the Internet of Things, embrace artificial intelligence, bring those things into your emergency operations center, make it part of what you do. And as always, check out Titan HST for your communication needs. because, well, with our IA and our augmented reality in our system, we can help you out as well. So until next time, please stay safe and stay hydrated.